happens when the evil Lord of Destruction gets a hold of the Power Sword and the powers of Castle Grayskull? We're going to talk about that next here in the Poindexter Lounge.
You're watching Poindexter Lounge for the Unity.
Really are wonderful.
Listen, I am not nice, I am not kind, and I am not wonderful.
What's up, nerd family? Welcome once again to the Poindexter Lounge. My name is Enosh, aka Enosh Fett, and it is good to have each one of you here in the Poindexter Lounge with me. Now look, if this is your first time to the lounge and you're wondering what is the Poindexter Lounge, well, let me tell you, it's a place for nerds. It's a place where you and me and all of my friends, meaning all of you, my nerd family, can get together and talk about the things that we love. Things like TV shows, movies, games, sci-fi, fantasy, comic books, superheroes, toys. Oh yes, toys. And so much more. And if those are things that you're into, if those are things that get your blood moving, if those are things that get you spending all your extra money on and spending your time devoted to, then hey, you have found the right place, all right? So please hit that subscribe button as well as that notification bell. And know this as well. Maybe you're not into everything as heavily. Maybe you don't know everything there is to know about Masters of the Universe or Star Wars or DC or Marvel or any of these things. That's okay. There is still a place for you here at the Poindexter Lounge because we like to talk about a lot of different things and we like to have a good time doing it. So if you're just into having a good time and you're kind of nerdy and you're kind of curious about this stuff and you're still learning about it, that's fine because we're always learning new things about this stuff that we love. All right, so today we're talking toys. We're continuing with our Masters of the Universe week here at the lounge, talking about the toys that have come out from the Netflix series. Again, I want to preface this by saying, I get it. If you didn't like the Netflix series, you didn't like the Netflix series. But we are here to talk about the toys. That's right, the toys. And you know what? That's the most important thing here for these episodes is the toys. We're not going to get into what we think about, different characters and all that stuff. We're just going to have some fun, all right? So today we are talking about what happens, spoiler alert, when Skeletor gets a hold of the Power Sword. Yeah, there it is. When he gets a hold of the Power Sword and essentially becomes, with He-Man. He changes with the power of He-Man, finally. And that is this character right here that we saw at the end of the series, Skelegod, Masters of the Universe Revelation. So let's go ahead and talk about this figure right now. Okay, here is the box. This is the box. It's an extra big box. It's bigger than the other boxes that the other figures come in because there's a lot more to him and he's a lot bigger even. And so we're going to go ahead and take a look at what the box looks like. All right, again, he has 30 points of articulation, which is pretty cool. That's a lot of articulation. It's got this this code right here on the top. I don't really know why. But here up at the top, it says Masterverse, and that's pretty cool. It's got this nice blue background scheme to it. Netflix, a Netflix original series. Here is the window, and Skelegod looks pretty cool through the window there. You see all of his accessories and weapons. Here he's for ages 6+. It's from Masters of the Universe Revelation, Skelegod. And down here is the Mattel logo. Over here on what we're going to call the left side of the box, because it's facing that way, is this artwork. This artwork is awesome. All the artwork on the back of these boxes and the side of these boxes has been absolutely amazing. Look at this detail. These colors are just fantastic. I love, love, love this. So this is the left side of the box. On the right side of the box, it simply says Skelegod, just like that, Cosmic Lord of Destruction. Here is the back of the box. Down here at the bottom, it continues this theme of having these little cutouts here on the side, as you can see right there. Over here, look at this artwork. Oh my gosh, it's so awesome. You get the full artwork here on the back. Down here are the other figures that you can collect. I want Battle Cat so bad. I gotta find Battle Cat. I saw Battle Cat at one point and I turned him down because I didn't think I was gonna get these figures, and I wish that I could go back and undo that, but I can't. We got He-Man. We've already, looked at He-Man. I don't know if I'm going to get Moss Man or not, but they do have Moss Man. They got Skeletor. We have done that review, and I'm waiting for Evil Lyn to come in even as we speak. So these are the ones also available. Each are sold separately, subject to availability. Colors and decorations may vary. Down here it has the Mattel logo, empowering the next generation through play, and then some recycle information. And here is the bio for Skelegod. Cosmic Lord of Destruction, Skeletor lives his life with a singular purpose: to control the unlimited powers of the entire universe. Time after time, the Bane of Eternia was thwarted by He-Man and the heroic warriors. What kind of monster would be unleashed should they be unable to stop the Lord of Destruction? Surely a raging storm of horror and terror even the bravest dare not imagine. Look, I'm just going to say this because, like I said, I don't want to get too much into the show. Guys, this is what the show's about. Somebody literally said to me and left a comment on one of my videos about this topic that this show just should have been about He-Man kicking Skeletor's butt all the time. Look, that's what the original show was about. This show is telling a story. It's actually a story arc. It's not just an ongoing like afternoon cartoon. It's telling a story. I'm curious to see how that story plays out and how it ends, you know, and I'm willing to give it that chance. And I hope you are too, because I think if we're patient, we'll be rewarded. So just give it a chance. Don't hate it just for the sake of hating it. I like this storyline of what would happen. So that is the back of the box. Here's the bottom of the box. Not much really to it. It's just, you know, UPC symbol and some more information. So one of the cool things I've noticed is that these come out of the package really, really easy. So we're going to go ahead and take Skelegod out of his package right now. And here's something right away that's different about this figure as opposed to the other figures. The other figures have a clear plastic piece that actually protects the figure. This does not. Let's take a look at the back. Oh, you see here, yep, he's got cloth. He's got a cloth cape here, and ooh, this is actually weighted. Look at that. It actually has a little bit of a weight to it on the back, so you want to be careful when pulling this out. Okay, so I was a little worried getting him out of out of the package here because his cape came off, and I was worried that I tore it off. But it looks like it's held here actually with this little clip piece and maybe some magnets. So let's see. Yeah, it's held by magnets, so that's cool. So that's something that we'll get into in just a second. But I was really worried there for a second. So if it pops off, don't worry. It's made to do that. Here is everything that Skelegod comes with. You got the figure itself. You got this like power ball kind of thing that was on the outside of the package that we saw there in the artwork. You have, of course, the power sword, which gives him his power, just like He-Man. And you have an extra set of hands with which to be able to hold the power sword and be able to put your, hand in that power ball there. So let's go ahead and take a look at the sculpting of the figure itself. All right, well, look at this. Man, there's a lot going on here, isn't there? So this is all a removable piece. It looks like you can get this piece off, this plastic piece right here. It's all kind of a soft, moldable plastic, which is nice. But it's on there as well. So you can get it off, as you can see here. You could probably get it off of the character, but I'm not going to do that. I don't really want to pull all this off for the sake of this review. I'm not really sure if this green part here, yeah, this green part doesn't look like it comes off here. It seems like it's right there on his neck. It's loose, so I don't know if I don't think it really does, but if you pulled the head off, maybe you could get that part off, but that's what's going on there. The rest of it's just kind of muscular, but you do have a lot of this like added extra like plastic pieces that are kind of shielding and armor and stuff like that. The hands are pretty cool. As you can see here, these hands are pretty nifty. Can I use that word? Nifty. And like I said, most of it is just muscle though. Just kind of like the rest of these figures. He does have this interesting loincloth here, which bends up. Somebody joked about my showing off the crotch region, and we'll still do that. But yeah, it's like a soft plastic. It bends up. This is a soft plastic, bends up, and then even this is a soft plastic that bends up. But look at this. Look at this right here. I mean, you got this face on his crotch. You know, like what is that? Like a wolf face, something like that. Kind of looks like a wolf face there on his crotch. You got these cool skulls here on his knee. Now these are that's part of the leg itself, so that's kind of cool. His knee pads are these skulls. Look at the detail there. And then his feet have this nice detail as well. Here we see the back. So this piece right here, it actually goes around him. I don't really know why that's there, but it's for aesthetic, I guess. But it's just like a band that goes around him. This reminds me of the old pieces from the original series. We're going to take a look at those maybe later too. But there's that. And then of course there's his face. Look at this detail in his face. This is pretty cool. The ram's horns here that just kind of like his havoc staff, and this kind of horseshoe symbol up here, and then the grit. It's just very gritty, very cool. It's got this big H here that's actually engraved into his chest, and so there's that. Yeah, it's a nice looking figure, man. There's a lot to it. There's some heft to this figure too. It's a good sized figure. So let's go ahead and take a look at his articulation. All right, so his head does go both ways, sideways and back. Let's see, he's got a little bit of ups, but really not much. This piece of plastic back here kind of keeps it from going up too high, but he can look down into his chest pretty well, and then it will go all the way around like so. His arm, it's in there with a pin, so his arm, you see here, will go up and down. This, impedes it a little bit, so you're not going to get a lot, but it will go all the way around like that. It does have a bicep swivel. It's hidden in there, but you got a bicep swivel. You got a double bending elbow right there. Ugh, skeleton elbow. And the forearm, the forearm itself doesn't, the forearm itself doesn't go around, but this piece right here is loose, so that goes around. The hand will obviously go around, and it's on one of these pins here, so it will go back and forth like that. And of course, you can pull that out. And since we're going to put the sword in his hand, we will go ahead and show you what that looks right there. So you can take this out. Be careful with these, obviously, that you don't bend them or break them off, so you don't push them too hard in there. But hey, look at there. Goes in pretty well. Back and forth, just like that. And then of course the other arm does the exact same thing. He's got an ab crunch, just like the rest of these figures. Here in the middle, he probably can spin there, but this is pretty tight on there. I wouldn't push that. It's got a little bit of back and forth, but not a lot. He does go around here at the waist, so you can position him in a few different ways that way. Here he does the splits a little bit. This plastic piece here, this rubber piece, kind of impedes that a little bit. But like I said, these don't really want to snap back too easily, so you know what? It's really okay, because you really don't want to get too much of that anyways. He does have a thigh swivel hidden up in there. I can get that up here in the light. Oh, that's tight. That's a tight thigh swivel. Yeah, I cracked there. Okay, so there we go. Got that. Also, he's got a double bending knee right there behind this really cool knee pad, just like that. His foot goes around like so on that ball joint, and then also up and down on a swivel. And his other leg does the exact same thing. Let's now take a look at his accessories. All right, we already saw this a little bit, but I'll show you again. Here is the cape. It has a couple of magnets on it and this little plastic piece to keep it there. And then of course this plastic piece to snap it on, and it's multi-layered. So you got this little piece of felt. It's like a felt kind of material there, which is kind of cool. And then it's got this purple felt material, and it's got two of these that are actually weighted down with these plastic diamonds. So that's different. And then it's got this other material here underneath. It's very similar to that, but it also has this purple, this lighter purple, kind of like that purple, to do that. And of course, if you look right up in here, you can see the spot that it goes on. There's a little catch and a hook for that to go over, and then also for the magnets to hold on there. Just put it on there. Whoops, just like that. I got it. There we go. And now it's on just like so. So let's go take a look at the other accessories. I'll show you the other hand. It's just a fist, just like that, you know, just like the other fist there, except for you can put the sword in there or whatever else you want to put in there. Speaking of the sword, here is the power sword. Power sword looks nice. It's very detailed. I like the power sword so much. This is such a classic looking sword. Looks like a nice big broad sword. Looks nice and long and you know, just able to do battle. You know, this is a barbarian sword. This is something that a barbarian will swing and has a massive cut, you know, to it when it cuts. This is a sword that does damage. But it's got a design that is just classic, and I love how it still harkens back to the original sword from the original cartoon and, of course, the original toys. He also comes with this power ball kind of thing that was on the artwork, and it looks like his hand just goes right in there. And then that way he can look like he has some power up in his hand. Let's go ahead and make that work. Let's see if this works with this hand. Yeah, it sure does. So you can see here, he looks like he's getting ready to throw some power there, and we'll put the sword in his other hand. So there you have it, folks. That is the figure itself. So the sword goes in really well. Everything fits really, really nice. Let's go ahead and take a look at him compared to the other two figures in the line that we've already looked at. Here is a battle that I'm definitely looking forward to seeing. He-Man versus Skelegod. Maybe. Hopefully we'll see that of some kind. But here's Skeletor, He-Man, and Skelegod. And you can see how they all look right up next to each other. They look pretty good. Of course, we have reviews for these two already. Now, something special I'm going to do is show you how they match up versus the absolute original Masters of the Universe figures from back in the day. Here are my original He-Man and Skeletor figures from back in the day. These are the originals. And my He-Man doesn't stand so well. I've got to replace the rubber band that's in his legs. These get really loose, and so the legs can go all around. But you can see there the power sword. You see what he looks like, you know. It's kind of fun reminiscing about these days, and the power punch there still has the power punch. And of course, here is Skeletor. Some of you guys have seen him on live streams that I do funny things with Skeletor. I also have these ones. These are from a new line that was released last year, and they look a lot like the originals, except for they have a little bit more articulation to them. They got knee bends and bend at the elbows and stuff like that, and you know, some new sculpts here and there. And so we'll be opening these as well and taking a look at these pretty soon too. So there you have it, folks. That is my review of the Masters of the Universe Revelation Skelegod action figure from Netflix and from Mattel. And there you go. So what did you think of my review? Did you like the review? Is this a figure that you're looking to get? Maybe you're not into this. Maybe, you know, this didn't impress you and you're not going to be into it. Maybe it's going to be one of those things that when the next 5 parts come out, you're going to go back and go, oh man, I should have gotten that. That's always how I find myself doing things sometimes, but I got this one. So I hope that you enjoyed this review. And hey, let me know down in the comment section, all right? Let me know down there. And then also, don't just leave me a comment here, but also follow us on social media. All those links are down in the description below, and we'd love to have you follow us that way. So that way you can share with us your collection of toys. You know, this is just like one part of my collection. I got a whole house full of stuff. And I'd love to see how you display things. I'd love to see what things you have, and I'm putting together a council of toy collectors that we can do live streams and fun stuff like that. And I'm even contemplating making a second channel specifically for toys. So I'd love to have you maybe be a part of that as well. So contact me on social media. Let's talk, and let's see how that works out, all right? But hey, thanks to all of our patrons. Thanks to all of our members of the channel and everyone who gives super chats throughout the week. You guys are awesome. You help keep the lights on here literally at the lounge, and we're very, very thankful for that. So thank you to everyone, and thank you to everyone who just watches. You guys are awesome. Until next time, my name is Enosh, aka Enosh Fett, saying I will see you in the toy aisle. Until next time, bye-bye.